The title of this video is You Have the Power to Heal. This story all started when I was in a health food store in my mid-20s, when I noticed a sign that was advertising energy healing help for chronic issues. I had been feeling kind of tired with low energy, so I decided to get some information on how my energy could have been affected by my mind. And the more research I did, the more it started to make sense that my deepest assumptions were actually contributing to the health of my body. What was surprising to me was the realization that it wasn't even my conscious thoughts as much as what I held in my subconscious that was actually causing the problem. Now, this seemed like a mystery to me because back then, this was all new to me. And it was a radical departure from all the science and psychology I'd been studying in college. And since that time, I've come a very long way in understanding the mind-body interaction and how it influences your power to heal, but also how invisible subconscious or subtle energy patterns that are called thought forms work like programs dictating your life, physically and emotionally and psychologically, and how you think and how your whole personality is developed. So you're either healing yourself every day or you're undermining your health every day. Your thoughts, beliefs, and emotions work either for your power to heal or they work against you. Now, I discovered the amazing power to heal is in your mind, and especially your subconscious mind. It has a power to heal in so many different ways. Over the years that I've been studying this, I've been very curious to find out how your mind can affect your body and how you can heal yourself with the power of your thoughts and beliefs. Sometimes it's said that maybe 75 to 80% of all of our illnesses have an emotional basis to them, or at least an emotional component to them. So through the power of your deepest thoughts, utilizing affirmations and meditation practices and visualization practices, you can tap into the power of the mind to heal and improve your health in a whole lot of ways, a whole lot of different ways. But actually, it's what you don't know that can hurt you. As I was wrapping up my graduate school psych program, a guy named Norman Cousins published a book titled Anatomy of an Illness, and it started a whole revolution in healing that included shifting one's mindset into a positive outlook. At the same time, I was exploring how altered states could transform deep-seated beliefs, resulting in life-changing transformations. So you're not alone in your battle to improve your health. All of us have a power to heal and improve our lives. And it doesn't matter what areas that need healing. All that matters is that you take some action and do something about it. So there's two categories of healing. I usually break it down as healing from the outside in and healing from the inside out. And often people try to heal with conventional therapy. That's from the outside in. But they often leave out the important aspect of how the mind affects the body. So I refer to conventional therapies as healing from the outside in, and clearing the mind of obstacles to your health as healing from the inside out. And I think they're both important. But for healing to really be complete and lasting, you need to incorporate healing from the inside out, or your subconscious programs can influence the conditions to return. So here's an example of what I mean by healing yourself from the inside out. Step one, you visualize your cells like little miniature suns radiating golden light and projecting full intentions for healing health, and vital life force to surge through your whole body. Step 2, you visualize and declare that you have healed yourself now, that this is a present moment experience. And step 3, get in touch with how you feel, how great it is to feel healthy, because feelings are what help energize your visualizations and intentions. It is your feelings that are the fuel that drive your unconscious and subconscious beliefs, wants, desires, and intentions. If there's no emotional involvement or no feeling involvement, it's just kind of a dead program just sitting there. But if you can muster the enthusiasm, the love, the excitement, the thrill, the energy that you feel when you feel wonderful and you feel healthy and you are in love with life, that is what can make all of those things manifest for you. So this refers to the fact that your mental and emotional states have a significant influence on how you feel physically and how healthy you are in general. The underlying factors that cause all disturbances are composed of subtle energies. And even with physical conditions, with physical causes, there can be and usually are subconscious patterns, beliefs, and programs that set up the conditions. And the challenge is that they're subconscious, and therefore they're not in your conscious awareness. And there could be other factors that are completely unconscious. You don't even know about them. You're completely unaware of them, and they can be what are causing the problems. But just because they're unconscious, that doesn't mean that they can't be discovered and cleared. Not at all. But it does take applying yourself to probe, to ask questions, to inquire, to search for, and to keep digging. So you can do some of this through guided visualizations and meditation techniques, especially on like the inquiry technique, where you relax, you close your eyes, take a deep breath, and then you ask yourself some questions about your condition. What do I feel about this? Where do you think it came from? What could have been a possible cause of this? And I'll give you some more statements to include in your inquiry in just a few minutes. In the beginning, when you do this, you're going to think that your mind is just making all this stuff up and that it can't possibly be true. And it is, of course, quite possible that your mind is making a lot of it up. But even if it is, it can still serve as doorways to those inner subconscious beliefs. So let's explore this approach a little bit more detailed. The subtle energy content of your emotions and your memories are stored in hidden places. So they could be in your aura, and there are numerous aura layers. They could be in your aura and the chakra field. So there's 7 major chakras and a whole bunch of little minor chakras, and each chakra is like a little computer. It holds the memories, it holds the emotions, and it holds the beliefs that cause things to happen, and it processes them. So each chakra will process a little bit differently. So you'll feel something different coming from your heart than coming from your gut, as people often say, which is the solar plexus. There's another place where these things can be stored. A lot of times, the memories and the energy of memories are stored in the cells and tissues of your body. So often these cellular memories are unconscious. You're not aware that they're in your body somewhere. And they can be in your joints, They can be in your organs, they can be in your muscles, they can be in the various tissues of your body. So sometimes what you're experiencing physically is actually because there is subtle energy components from something that happened to you maybe a long time ago, decades ago, that could be contributing to the cause and the perpetuation of some sort of a physical ailment. Sometimes when people have certain kinds of body work done on them, such as deep tissue massage, all of a sudden these old memories will come to the surface. Sometimes they're also filled with emotions, and so they trigger reactions. Well, when you become consciously aware of them, they can actually be cleared or at least recontextualized into healthy patterns or neutralized. In fact, I've even also found that sometimes, even when you don't know the cause, but you only know the symptom, what it feels like, and what the symptoms are, you can still clear the subtle energies causing the problems by starting with the symptoms. You tune into the symptoms. You talk to it. You get some more information about it, why it's there, where did it come from, how long has it been there, what similar feelings have you had in the past. In other words, by gathering information about it, it's going to help you to release the energy that's bound up in these programs that are contributing to or even causing the relationship and the pattern that you have that's causing a problem. One key to understanding what happens is knowing how subtle energy affects your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. Now, you might think that your thoughts are what create these subtle patterns. And while that can be true, the opposite is also true. The subtle energy patterns can affect your thoughts, beliefs, and feelings. The subtle patterns are thought forms composed of your life force energy, and they work like programs energizing your thoughts and feelings. Your mind then takes that and forms conclusions and beliefs. The beliefs then direct the flow of life force energy. This creates self-fulfilling loops of replaying and repeating patterns. This is why patterns often keep repeating in your life. It happens to everybody. Now let's get into how to address subtle energy healing. And this is what I call how to tap your power to heal from the inside out. The first part of any healing journey requires your attention to your inner space. And that means being mindful of your thoughts and your feelings. As soon as you become aware of what thoughts and beliefs are generating your emotions and your health, you acknowledge them and you refute them or you cancel them. You want to release complete control that these things have over you. And you can do that through surrendering all need for them. You can refute them. You can shout the word cancel in your mind to negate them. And if you don't do something, they'll just keep you stuck in repeating conditions and patterns. So you simply identify the negative thought and program. You may want to write down as more specific labels pop into your mind. By stopping what you are doing every hour and asking yourself some very simple questions, it's possible to identify your own deep belief patterns. And this can be useful in understanding how to talk to yourself and how you bring things in and attract things and how they become your internal mindset or your internal self-talk, or you can call it mind talk. A great step forward to improving your physical and mental health is becoming aware of how often you repeat thoughts over and over again. So ask yourself questions such as, how have I felt in the past hour? What are some of the things I've thought about in the last hour? What would a person believe to make them feel this way or to have this condition? And this is perhaps the most important question to ask, because below every emotion, below every condition, there are beliefs, conclusions, and they are what drive and sustain the condition. There's more questions that you can ask. What can I change in order for me not to be thinking negative thoughts anymore? Am I being kind or am I being harsh to myself? What do I really believe I deserve? What would be a good thing to think in order to feel better? To further activate your power to heal from the inside out, it is important that you cancel negative beliefs and you begin establishing positive thoughts that harmonize your body-mind connection. This is going to release natural wisdom and accelerate healing by giving yourself permission to think and do what is needed. Now, one of the tools that I've used personally in order to start shifting this is to repeat, even shout in your mind the word cancel. Now, you can do that several times. If something negative pops up in your mind, you yell in your mind, cancel, 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 with a purposely kind of a cutting edge to it, like I just did. And I suggest you do that several times. And then you replace it with a positive opposite. My body is healthy and strong and becomes more youthful and energized every day. My body is healthy and strong and becomes more and more youthful and energized every day. There's another assertion that I've repeated literally thousands of times over the years. When a negative idea pops up in my mind, I'll say to it, I will not let this thought own me, and I will not own it. Once you get your mind trained, it will have fewer and fewer negative thoughts until they become very rare. This is an important way to remove limiting beliefs and attitudes that interfere with natural healing so that you can heal faster from any injury or illness or any disturbance for that matter. So this is how you put your mind and your body on the offensive, by being proactive and taking control of your thoughts and control of your feelings. The miracle of self-healing is a journey in controlling your thoughts and your feelings. And it begins deeply within. Healing affirmations, audible affirmations, subliminal affirmations, visualizations, and inner scripting techniques are just some of the ways that you need to begin reprogramming at a deep level. But your greatest inner healer of all is your own soul. And why? Because it is intelligent. It knows you inside and out. It knows how to neutralize any negative programming that you have that sustains your health or your circumstances. And the wonderful detail about the soul is, since it is your true self, you can trust it. You can call on it whenever it is needed. In fact, the more you do call on it and ask for it to help and intervene, to neutralize any causes of any pain or any effect, the more it will energize and strengthen your whole system. I refer to the process as soul merging, and I recorded a program by that name that goes into that topic with tools that I use myself for years to discover how to bring the soul in and integrate it and merge with it and have it take over more and more and more of your life. When the soul rises to the surface, it comes in with a brilliant white light. And I refer to this as a miraculous light because it can often turn your life around into a more positive direction. But you have to be consistent and keep calling to it and keep merging with it until it finally takes over. Because there's so many personality structures that have negative beliefs attached to them. And if you don't do something about them, they're like programs, and they'll just keep repeating the same thing over and over, and they'll keep attracting the same kind of conditions and circumstances. So your soul is your most powerful and amazing healing resource. What awaits you are literally miracles of self-healing through the connection between your deep thoughts, your emotions, and your body. You're going to find I have recorded a lot of audio programs on the subject of healing in various ways, and they're all on my website. And by utilizing these audio programs, they're going to make all of these processes I've been talking about a lot easier for you. So I'll see you next time in the next video. In the meantime, remain positive and soul-centered, and I'll see you again.